Hello, Lego over here, and we're back today on F1 2020. And as you can see, we're at Monaco for XRS Round 6, and it's certainly going to be an interesting race in the Principality. But we're here in qualifying now. We're going to keep qualifying pretty short for the most part, so because we've got a long race ahead of us. But we're out on the mediums right now, and we're going to look to set a banker lap here in this qualifying. But we cut to the end of our banker lap and we end up tapping the wall. So that's the end of our banker lap there. So we end up going into the pit lane and we're going to have to try and qualify on the soft here. And you can see we're ending off our second hot lap. This one's on the soft tire. It's a 1 minute 10.4, which is pretty slow. My best lap was a 1 minute 8.5 in practice, so I'm looking to get somewhere close to that. But as you can see, on our third hot lap, we get held up by a lot of traffic, which is just the nature of the circuit really. There's not much you can do about it. So we're limited to only a 10.0. So now coming on to our final lap, it's crucial that we can set some good pace here. Formula 125 is P2. Challenging for pole. We're going to try and get our first pole in XRS heading out of turn 1. We're about half a tenth down, so it could have definitely been better. But heading into Massenet, you should set up for Casino to get the best exit possible out of Casino. Into Mirabeau, it's easy to lock up. We lock up slightly into the hairpin, using the curb to rotate the car through the corner, and doing the same thing through this corner, and then through Portier. Wide line to set yourself up for the tunnel. And into the tunnel, take a short line, use all of the track, and then head into the Nouvelle chicane. Use all of the curb or else you'll just be too slow. But you're about to see here that we've got some traffic up ahead of us, and they're going very slowly, and we have to lift through to back, so that slowed us down massively and lost us any time that we've gained on this lap, which is really unfortunate. But we're around 3/10 up just through Rascasse because on the last lap we had so much traffic through there. 4/10 up on our lap, but it's not a great lap. It puts us provisional pole with a 1 minute 9.5, and in the end it is enough for us to claim our first pole position in XRS in just our second race in this season. JB Fast lines up P2, as you can see the strategy. JB Fast as a reserve driver for someone who wasn't able to make it in this race. But we're on the formation lap now. We've got 5% tire wear starting this formation lap, so we'll see how that affects us during the race as we cut on to the end of the formation lap. And we're going to see if we can get a good start. It's crucial here. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights at the Principality. It's lights out and let's go racing, and we get a pretty good start compared to JB Fast, and we're going to be ahead into turn 1. He's not able to go for a move, which is perfect for us. That's probably the most crucial part of this Monaco race, is just staying ahead. But the safety car has been deployed already. Someone's going slowly on the exit of turn 1. Someone's not even made it to turn 1, as you can see on the track map. I have no idea what happened, but towards the back of the field, I guess somebody tangled with someone else and it triggered the safety car here. So now we're faced with a decision. Do we want to pit for the hards? We have the hards ready on the MFD, as you can see there. So it's a big decision to make for strategy. It's a bold decision for anyone who wants to pit onto the hards. And are we going to make that bold decision? And no, we fake a move into the pit lane to maybe throw someone off guard, but we don't go into the pits. I think only one person, and that was the Haas of Mickey Man, decided to go on to the hards. So I wasn't really confident with going on to the hards on lap 1 because I didn't think they would be able to make it to the end. I was proven wrong late in this race, but I was still going to stick with my normal strategy. As the safety car is coming in on lap 3 of this race, we're going to take it nice and slowly, barely going with just under 25 miles per hour through Rascasse and heading through the final corner. Now we restart this race, but we've gotten a huge oversteer, and JB Fast is 1/10 behind us, but he can't go for a move because it's so difficult to overtake at Monaco. So we just about stay ahead through turn 1. And now we're going to head into Massenet, and someone's retired from the session at the final corner. I don't know how someone's all the way back there. Someone's in the pit lane, so some chaos towards the back there. We set a purple first sector, but it doesn't really matter because this is really the only green flag lap we've had in this race. So we head into, or we skip onto lap 10 actually. So a big skip, but nothing else really happened during this first stint. And you can see JB Fast looks to have dropped back significantly in this race. So I'm not sure what's happened to him at this stage. But the VSC has been deployed. JB Fast has retired, actually. And someone else is also retired. So that's triggered the virtual safety car. Our teammates P4 on the alternate strategy. We're going to box this lap, even if the VSC comes in before the pit entry. And you're about to see through this corner, someone's right in the wall there. In my opinion, I think that should have been a full safety car. But it was only a VSC. We're still going to go into the pit lane. We pulled out an 18-second gap to P2, so we have plenty of breathing room to make this pit stop. As we head out of the Nouvelle chicane, the VSC is ending now, heading into Tabac, taking it nice and easy because we don't want to speed under the virtual safety car. But now the green flags are out once again, and we're heading through Rascas, and I said we were going to pit on slack no matter what, and that's exactly what we do. So into the pit lane, very slow pit lane, but a very slow track in that final sector, so it's understandable to have that speed limit. As we pull into the pit box, we're going to pit onto the medium tire because they can easily make it to the end from this point to the end of the race. And it's going to be a race into the pit lane. Our teammate comes into the pit, so he's going to double stack and maybe lose some time. Formula 125, very close. It's going to be side by side maybe through the pit exit. No, it's not, but we push the pit exit to the maximum, and we keep ahead by just 0.2 of a second. But that's a massive advantage to us because not only have we undercutted Formula 125, we have stayed ahead and we're a pit stop ahead of him. So that's perfect for us as Formula 125 still on his now 11 lap old softs. Those will not be quick towards the closing stages of this first stint. And you can see he's in the pit lane now. We set 2 purple sectors, so these mediums are making a big difference for us compared to the softs at the start of the race. As we head through Massenet, there's a yellow flag at the Nouvelle chicane. Someone may have spun off. It's very easy to do there. As we set a purple first sector, heading into the hairpin, using the curb to rotate the car, as I said in qualifying, and doing the same through that corner, and keeping the wide line through Portier. But the safety car has been deployed once again in this race. 2 safety cars in just 13 laps, and you only see that at Monaco because absolute madness here today. Heading through the Nouvelle chicane. I'm not sure what triggered that safety car, but we decided to stay out. And towards the end of the safety car period, you can see the position order has changed quite a bit. Mickey Man, as I said on lap 1, decided to pit onto the hards, and he's caught up to P2 in this race. But he's certainly going to have the pace disadvantage for the most part until the closing stages of this race. But we go now, once again, like we did on the first restart, but we get a much better exit out of the final corner that time, and the gap is already 0.6 to Mickey Man, and I assume it's going to go up much more than that as he is on the slower compound of tire. And it is difficult to overtake around Monaco, so the 2 medium runners behind him, let's see how they do trying to get past him and trying to catch back up to the lead of this race. But it will certainly be difficult for them, especially around Monaco, which is so difficult to overtake. So we're heading out of Portier now, through the tunnel using some of the overtake. We've managed it quite well. It's really easy to completely forget about ERS management, so it's very important to know when to use the ERS and when you should just save it. Same thing goes for the fuel. It's a little bit easier to save fuel, but regardless, you still need to be aware of both of those numbers and how they are increasing or decreasing on each lap. It's very important, especially during a league race. But we're going to use some of the overtake down the main straight. We don't set a purple lap, obviously it's the safety car restart. But heading out of turn 1 now, Santa Vaught I should probably call it. But there's a yellow flag, and the safety car's been deployed again, and with just one lap of green flag running after the safety car, it's been deployed once again, and you only see this at Monaco. 3 safety cars in 18 laps. It's absolutely ridiculous here. And we're heading through the Lowe's hairpin now, and the gap that we built up to Mickey Man and the guys behind him, that's just gonna be all for nothing, as they'll just catch back up to us once again as we're heading through the tunnel. We're not going to make a pit stop. Mediums can easily go to the end, so why do the extra work of trying to overtake everyone on a track that's difficult enough? As we get a warning. Great. We get a warning under safety car, so that's not ideal at all. And so yeah, crazy here at Monaco. It's been a crazy race so far, but we're going to try and maintain this lead after the safety car restart as we cut onto the end of this safety car, as we nearly go to the back of the safety car. And I had no idea the safety car was coming in until like literally 2 corners before the restart, which was definitely interesting because that's not what normally happens. But we're going to head through the final corner, and we're going to go now. We get a slight amount of oversteer, but overall the restart's pretty good, and we're already pulling a gap to Mickey Man behind because he is on the hard round of tire. Lap 21 out of 39 in this race. Still a long way to go, so we still got to be careful, keep it clean, keep it out of the wall, and we're heading out of Casino now. The gap's already nearly over a second. Crucially, Kirby in P3 has a 3-second time penalty, so that's definitely going to be a big changing factor in this race, especially since it's not very easy to get a track limit penalty at Monaco because it's mostly just barriers on the right and left of the track. And you might have heard there, we were just asking about our teammate who decided to take the alternate strategy at the start of this race. He's in P9 right now, so he's dropped back a little bit, but I'm sure he'll be able to catch back up once everyone sorts out their pit stops in this race. So we're heading out of the final corner. We haven't had DRS at all during this race because we've led every single lap. As we said, purple third sector and a purple lap somehow by 9/1000ths of a second. But we're going to do an actual fastest lap attempt here, heading through Massenet and into Casino. Take a tight line through Massenet to set yourself up for Casino into Mirbeau. Easy to lock up, but we're 4/10ths up on our time, which is absolutely crazy. Through the Lowe's hairpin, use the curbs to your advantage, and through this corner into Portier. Wide line to set yourself up for the tunnel, and through the tunnel, use all of the track and minimize speed loss through that corner. No bell chicane, easy to lock up. We do a little bit on that occasion. Overall, that chicane could have been much better on that lap, but through to back, use the curbs to your advantage and into swimming pool. Absolutely send it on the curbs, or else you'll just be too slow. Simple as that. Through Rascas, easy to lock up. We do on that occasion, but we keep it out of the wall. And through the final corner, no DRS on this occasion as it hasn't been enabled yet. And we cross the line to go 5/10ths faster. I'd set the fastest lap of a 12.7 as the DRS has now been enabled. And someone who won't be getting DRS is Mickey Man behind us. 5 seconds is the gap to him. So that's just the pace difference from the medium to the hard in this race. As we go 1/10 slower in our last lap on this occasion in the first sector. But heading through this corner, and I'm not sure what the name of that corner is actually. I know it does have a name, as the Mercedes driver, not sure how to pronounce his gamer tag, ends up going 3/10 faster than our fastest lap, which is unfortunate as we head through the Nobel chicane. Unfortunate for us, obviously, because as we hit the wall, we've made a massive mistake. We lost focus and we've hit the wall. New strategy is available. We're going to have to box this lap. What's happened? Disaster at Monaco. It completely caught me off guard. As we're heading into the pit lane, now we're neutral. Everything's gone wrong. We're going to head into the pit box. It's going to be an incredibly slow pit stop. We've got a 3-second time penalty, I've just realized. But we went wide to back because of the damage. So this has just gone from hero to zero in this race. It's completely gone wrong. We're in P9, P10 in this race. How are we going to make up for this? And we're on the softs. The softs, there's no way they'll be able to make it to the end of the race. We've made a mistake with the tire selection. We didn't even realize how many laps were left. We just completely panicked and chose the soft tire. So this has all gone wrong in this race. Completely. As we're heading into Massenet, we're nowhere near the field. They're exiting the hairpin now, and we're just at Casino. So this has gone terribly wrong for our race, and we have to make up tons of time as a result of our mistake. But as we cut on to lap 26 in this race, we end up getting P9 as the safety car has been deployed, and someone's in the wall at the hairpin. It's Harry Bartram. He's in the wall at the hairpin. Maybe missed his braking point. Pretty much the only thing that could have happened, unless he collided with another car through there. Our teammate is ahead of us in P7. We decide to stay out now because of this safety car, we can save lots of tire wear for the end of the race, as we just get another warning. Wow, that's definitely not ideal. But as I was saying earlier, we can save the tires a lot more due to this safety car, so we can make sure that the tires do make it to the end of the race. As our teammates in the pits now, so we're gonna gain some positions. But no, we've hit the wall. We've hit the wall again. What's happened? And it was just absolute disaster. I have no idea what's happened here. We have to double stack with our teammate now. We're gonna lose so much time. We have to replace the wing. We have to replace the tires. The pit crew, they're just staring at the tires. Put the tires on. The front wing can come later. And it's been such a slow pit stop. 5 seconds. Stationary nearly. And they're still putting on the front wing. It's an 11.4 second pit stop. And we let go of the clutch too early. Everything has gone wrong in this race. We're in the last of everyone who's managed to make it this far. P10 out of the 10 people still in this race. We started with 17 people, and Monaco's taken 7 of these guys out of the race. As we head on to the end of this safety car, it's all gone wrong for us in this race. We had a win in the bag here, and now we're in P10, and we definitely are going to have a lot more trouble with salvaging something out of this race. But as we restart this race, we're side by side with the Red Bull. We get a much better start than him. We're going to try and go down the inside, but we were left zero space there, and we have to cut the corner to avoid a collision. Our teammates just got in damage. You can see debris flying off to the right, and we're trying to go for a move on the Red Bull, but nothing is working here, as it's so difficult to overtake at Monaco. We've looked down the inside, but we can't make anything work, and there's no way we'll be able to overtake into the hairpin in a league race. But we're heading through into Portier and out of Portier into the tunnel. The gap is 5.5 tenths, and we're still in last place, so it's been a terrible restart, as we kind of had the door closed on us at turn 1, so we weren't able to do anything on that occasion. But everyone ahead of us, as you can see, has more penalties than us, or not everyone, but the people on our position counter. So you can see the Red Bull ahead has 9 seconds, and the Mercedes ahead of him has 13 seconds of penalties, as we only have 3 seconds because of that front wing damage that we got earlier in this race. As we head through turn 1 now, and out of turn 1, we're still behind the Red Bull. We weren't able to make anything work on that lap. Heading through Massenet and into Casino, we're trying to set up our exit as good as we can. We're going to have a look down the inside. The Red Bull goes defensive, but in the end we can't make anything work. And we have a look down the inside because of the bunch up effect at the hairpin. We weren't expecting him to brake so early there, so we had to go down the inside to avoid a collision. 5/10, still the gap, just like last lap. And we've only got 9 laps after this one to make something work, to salvage something in this race. So we're going to have to try our absolute hardest to make it work here. Heading through to back, it's gone terribly wrong in this race, and we've been brake checked by the Red Bull, and we're going to have to run on him into Rascast. We're going to have a look down the inside of him, but we make contact and he just forces us into an oversteer, which in the moment I wasn't too happy about, and we weren't able to make a move on that occasion. So still looking for a move, as we've gotten another 3-second time penalty. So it's just gone from bad to worse in this race. It just keeps getting worse and worse as we're heading through Casino and into Mirabeau once again. Red Bull's going to go defensive again, but it's for a move that we're never going to make in this race, as we head into the hairpin and out of the hairpin into this corner and then into Portier. The gap is 4/10 now to the Red Bull. It's going to go down to just, it'll stay at 4/10 actually, as we head into the Novel chicane. We're not close enough to make a move, and we're going to cut onto the end of that lap, and the Mercedes lets us by. Maybe thought there was no point fighting it, as he had more penalties than both of us. So we have the run on him into Massenet. We have the run on the Red Bull. We're going to have a look around the outside, but we can't make anything work as the Red Bull changes line last second and through into Mirabeau. He goes defensive once again for a move that was never possible to make. So we're heading into the hairpin, and we're still stuck behind this Red Bull as we cut onto lap 33. Everyone's just going offline all over the place, looking for a move. Our teammates in P6 now, and as we head out of this DRS zone, the Red Bull's gonna have a look down the inside, but there's no way he's close enough to make that move. He's been spun round, and that was a pretty silly move there. There's no way he was close enough to make that work, and he's given our teammate damage. I can confirm that as we're heading through Casino. Our teammate's going very slowly. Surely he has damage, so he lets us through swiftly so we can tag him along with the DRS essentially in this race in the closing stages. So we're up into P6, but it's not going to be P6 towards the end because of our penalties. Formula 125 up ahead of us has 8 seconds of penalties, so 3 seconds for track limits and then 5 seconds for probably a severe collision. But I can confirm that after the race ends, Formula 125 gets that 5-second penalty removed. So we do have to get past him if we want to finish ahead of him in this race. But as the checkered flag waves, we weren't able to make anything work. Our teammate finishes P4 due to him not having any penalties. The game thinks we finished P6, but in the end, we finished P7 because Formula 125 got that penalty removed. Mercedes driver of the day, so probably made a few overtakes. It's the Haas 1-2, so it's definitely not been a great race for our Drivers' Championship or the Constructors, as Haas has just dominated this race ever since we made that crucial mistake, lost focus, and it cost us in the end. So Definitely a disappointing result, but we're hoping to bounce back at Spain for a better result. Feeling pretty good going into Spain. Hopefully we can deliver there. As you can see the race results, we end up moving down to P7 after Formula 125. Ended up getting his penalty removed. But guys, that's going to be it for this race. Make sure to like and subscribe as I post F1 content Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.